Hey everyone, I'm Lance, and I'm doing this video in honor of the Pourembrance Day collaboration organized by Nathan Lenzel of Fine Art of Distraction. This collaboration is in honor of all the women and men of our military services, and you're seeing my father, Colonel Edward Allen Travis Jr. This is in honor of him, and that's one of his meritorious service medals. He was part of the Air and Space Association's 75th anniversary edition of the Oral History Project, where he talked about his time stationed in Germany and France. You see him pictured here in his early pilot cadet training days, and his father, Edward Travis Sr., served in the Navy during World War I. My father married my mother when I was 11 and adopted me, and he has been the only real father that I've ever known, and he has been the best role model and father anyone could ask for. And this is in honor of him, his own father, and all the men and women of armed forces everywhere who risk life and limb daily in service of their countries, and for all those who have paid the ultimate price. Now on to the pour. I am showing you that I got this wooden plaque that comes with a frame that you can unscrew the wooden piece, the wooden substrate out of. It's 16 inches. I got this from Michael's. I thought it would be fun to pour on. So I'm just going to unscrew this, and that will be the substrate for my pour. Part of the idea behind this collaboration is that we were to do some sort of camouflage pour, and so I thought maybe a cloud pour, because my dad was in the Air Force, so I'm taking his Air Force Blues jacket and I'm basing my colors off that. It may be a stretch, but I figure if you're a pilot and you're flying in the skies, then a cloud pour could be considered camouflage. Now, as I said, my cloud pour is going to be based off my father's Air Force dress blues, and I'm using a Charvin Indigo as my deep blue, but I've mixed that with a little bit of cerulean blue so that it's not too dark, because my hope is to make this pour represent kind of like a peaceful, almost sunset-like sky. And so I have some TLP unicorn there, and it's a beautiful light blue, but it has this color shift into like a lilac kind of lavender color, and also in some light can shift into like a teal or aqua blue color. It's just really beautiful, and I've mixed that up with a little bit of Sax Gel, a little bit of Liquitex High Gloss, along with the TLP pigment, and then that color is King's Blue by Amsterdam. I also mixed up another TLP pigment, a color shift pigment, Macaw, and it's beautiful. It has a golden shimmer and it color shifts into some beautiful shades of blue and aqua blue and green, and I thought it would be a really nice addition, and it was. And I've also got Liquitex Magenta there, kind of represents the red in the Air Force symbol, and I have Pebeo Precious Iridescent Gold, and that's also kind of represents the medals on my father's dress blue jacket. I've really been inspired lately by Tiffany Bergeron of Willie B Studios. She does beautiful cloud pours, and I have based my cloud pour mix recipe on her Vallejo Pearl Medium recipe, and like I said, she does really beautiful work. And I've also been inspired by Sheldon of Shell Rock Art. Sheldon does some really beautiful cloud pours lately as well. And other people like Tracy Reed has really inspired me for a long time with beautiful cloud pours. She has some really stunning cloud pour videos on her channel, Acrylic Pouring with Friends, Art by Tracy Reed. The base paint that you see me putting down is Liquitex Cerulean Blue mixed with American Floetrol and a tiny bit of water. And so I'm just going to put that down and use my spatula to get the wood plaque nice and evenly coated. I wanna lay here beside you, oh quiet
breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose.
Now this was really my first official cloud pour, and I'm doing it on this wood plaque that you saw that I unscrewed that has like a frame that I got from Michael's, and as you can see there's like a little top portion that is kind of cut out, so because of this unusual shape I was really trying to make sure that I held the pour kind of right so that this ended up looking like it would make sense with an orientation obviously that is, you know, angled up towards that kind of flat side. So I began to pour, and I didn't have the luxury of being able to let these paints sit for more than, I think it was just 24 hours, and I know Tiffany Bergeron has said she likes hers to sit for, you know, sometimes 4 days. I didn't have the luxury of that kind of time, so I just had to cross my fingers and hope that this was going to turn out okay. And it did. I really love the way it turned out, and as I said, I was trying to make it kind of have this idea of maybe a sunset cloudy sky, and you can see there that the TLP unicorn is now coming out because, you know, first into the cup is last out of the cup, and so I knew I was getting towards the end, so I was trying to slow my pouring down and get that kind of feathery ribbon-like effect going on, and I was trying to also do a spiral because I wanted the kind of center of this to kind of have a lovely kind of circular spiral shape going around, and so that's what I'm trying to do here, slowing down, keeping the cup closer to the wooden plaque, and now I'm starting the circular motion, which is also helping to create more of that feathery kind of shape to the spiral. And I really like what I was getting there, and you just gotta kind of keep it going, and I'm trying to turn it, but then also trying to get that paint to where I can get a good lift off. You know, hopefully I don't have a messy drip when I pull it away. At least that's what we're working towards. And so you just have to be a little patient. And I think we're getting close. And yes, we're ready. And a pretty good dismount. Yeah, I like it. So I think then too I went to grab a paintbrush because I wanted to kind of work that center around a little bit and kind of create even more of a spiral shape in there. So that's what you see me doing here.
This bridge is made of hope. This bridge is made of hope. In this world of hunger, war, and strife.
Wanted to say a big thank you to Nathan Linzel of Fine Art of Distraction for putting together this massive Veterans Day collaboration. 48 artists spread across 8 days, and Nathan's video was up before mine, so if you're just tuning in now, please go back and watch his video, and please go to the playlist in my description box and look at all 48 artists' videos. I know they have some really special videos planned for this special collaboration. Looking at the way this poured out, I really loved the results that I got. I really kind of hated having to tilt paint off, but of course there's a lot of paint on there and I have to tilt it off, and I was just trying to look at it, kind of let it open up and develop a little bit, and then when I started tilting, I was just trying to kind of tilt the image around so I could still keep somewhat of a center, because my goal was to keep that spiral shape kind of somewhat centralized on the wooden plaque, and I think I was able to accomplish that. And I think I really loved how it turned out with these colors, the magenta in there kind of shaded some of the clouds, and almost looks like, you know, that kind of sunset pinkish tone you can get in the clouds sometimes. And I can see some of the Pebbio iridescent precious gold. And there's my dad in his dress blues. And yeah, I loved how those colors work together, and that gold, you can see it kind of lining some of the cell shapes. And of course the TLP unicorn is crazy, and you're gonna see when I show the dry results, there's no varnish and, you know, no resin or anything on it, but man, when the light hits it, the unicorn, it glows. It really does just light up and glow, and you can see all the shimmer and the beautiful sparkle. And the macaw too, I think, just gave it kind of an extra glowing quality with the gold shimmer and the blues in the shimmer, and you see those really pretty cells there through the magenta areas. Yeah, I was very pleased with it. I still want to keep practicing trying to do these type pours and tweaking the recipe a little bit. But yeah, I really want to thank Tiffany Bergeron for posting a recipe, because I, you know, followed that pretty closely. I might have tweaked a couple things, but yeah, I really do love how this came out, because it does look kind of like those feathery shapes in the middle look like wings, and then you get that kind of billowy, cloudy sky feel. And I decided to call this piece Wings of Hope because I decided it was a good sentiment for our collaboration. Let me know in the comments what you think. It is my first. I'm still trying, but I thought it was a pretty good first attempt, and I thought it fit kind of the criteria for this collaboration. I still have my dad with me. He's 93, but we lost my mom back in the end of January, and this is a picture of them at one of the pouring classes I did at the retirement home that they lived in. It was kind of the last picture I have with them, and in a way this is in honor of both of them, my mom and my dad. I also just love how that TLP unicorn glows. And thank you for watching my video for Pourembrance Day, and please check out everyone's videos honoring all the men and women who serve our country, who have served our country, and especially those who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom and our liberty.